Coached by Omobabirin presents 9 speakers, 9 topics, 1 platform, the Global Brand Summit. Featuring career, entrepreneurship, leadership, personal development. Meet the speakers. Roach Mamabolo, founder, the Laura Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Joyce Daniels, social engineering practitioner. Tukwe Akiseun, talent development and management professional. John Obidi, new media consultant and founder, Head Start Africa. Morayo Brown, media content creator, convener and anchor Your View. Christabel Ikben, CEO, Christabel Ikben Consulting Limited. Bayo Adenka, author, 30 career lessons I learned along the way. Staliana Abobu Kesta, founder, principal partner, Kate CEO Nigeria, and Omobabirin Adeola Oshideko, convener, the Global Brand Summit. Schedule, date 23rd to 24th April 2021. Time, morning section 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and evening section 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Venue will be disclosed to only registered participants. Sign up now at bit.ly/the Global Brand Summit for free. Would you like to be a TEDx speaker or organizer in 2021? Pay attention to what you stand to gain. It's time you stopped playing the local game. It's time you go global. Start leveraging on international platforms. When you speak on international platforms, especially the TEDx stage, you become the go-to expert with more leads, more sales, more credibility, more exposure, more influence, and of course, more money. But it's not just about money and fame. TEDx is about being on stage, connecting with people in a real way, sharing new ideas, and making the world a better place. TEDx gives your brand more exposure and more visibility, and you can get seen, get paid, and get heard. Introducing OpenX, the organizer TEDx Benjavel or Mababirin Adeola Oshideko, an international speaker with over 5 years experience in public speaking, is ready to hold you by the hand and take you through the journey. In this program, you will learn how to become a TEDx speaker, how to apply and become a TEDx organizer, how to get more international speaking invitations, how to organize international events and source for speakers and sponsorships. Webinar fee costs only 9,999 naira. See the testimonials from cohort 1 and hurry now to register, as registration is open for cohort 2 at bit.ly/OpenX webinar. Registration closes April 30th, 2021. Please note that you can take the webinar at your convenient time.
Hello everyone, good evening, and you're welcome to the Global Brand Summit, the evening session for day 2. We believe that you've been getting value from day 1, which is yesterday, and we are set, we are ready, we are good to go for another amazing session this evening. Now, you need to get your notepad because value is about to be raining. And I'm not talking about falling, I'm talking about raining. You know, we've gotten a big fish from LinkedIn. You know, I started leveraging LinkedIn not quite long. And, you know, I discovered so many opportunities that on LinkedIn. But because I'm not an expert in that area, and that's why I decided to bring this LinkedIn influencer. She's doing well. She has over 30,000 followers. Her engagement is top notch, and she's the one that is going to be talking to us today. Don't let me go into much details as I bring in our moderator for today, who is going to be moderating the event. Good evening, Adeshola.
Good evening, Minta. It's nice to see you.
You. Happy weekend. Thank you very much. And you too.
Well
so I'm going to be handing over our people to you, and I believe you're going to treat them well. You're going to do them well. So guys, stick around. Don't go away. Adeshola is going to be moderating the event for this session, and I want to assure you are going to get so much value from this event. So I'll be leaving the stage now while she take over. Thank you very much, Adeshola, and all the
Thank you,
best.
Mr. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to the evening session of the final session of the Global Brand Summit. I would like to say thank you to everyone for staying up to this moment. It's been a wonderful experience with our amazing speakers from Madam Staniela yesterday and Richard Babalolo and all the amazing speakers we have had before this time. And I am certain because I learned so many things from this wonderful event. In fact, I must say thank you to Mentor for bringing up this kind of value, because what I have gotten so far is value, and I'm very sure that everyone has also gotten value. And wow, to John Obidi today, Joyce Daniels, thanks to all of them for the value they all dished out. So tonight, without wasting much of our time, our first speaker for tonight's session is our first speaker for the session tonight is Madam Christabel. She'll be coming in a few moments from now. But before I usher her in, I would like to read to you her profile. I'd like to read her profile, and she will be speaking on the topic, how to optimize LinkedIn as a career profession. Madam Christabel Ipen is the CEO of Christabel Ipen Consulting Limited, a consultancy firm that provides management consultation services to help both individuals and organizations improve their performance and efficiency. Christabel Ipen is a certified life coach, a brand expert, LinkedIn influencer, and she is also a global speaker. She's a mental health
So we lost the connection for Adeshola. I'm going to continue where she stopped. I'm going to continue reading the profile where she stopped. So Christabel Ipen is a certified life coach, a brand expert, LinkedIn influencer, global speaker, mental health advocate, and author of a self-help book on mental health awareness titled Freedom, which addresses possible ways of dealing with depression based on her own experiences. She has collaborated with Regional Africa, YMCA Nigeria chapter, NGO, Releasing India, to mention a few, and has been blessed to grace a lot of corporate stages. She has a knack for personal development and well-being. She has also been featured by Stratocure India and Leading Ladies Africa, in which she talks about her struggles with depression, managing her business, and also breaking barriers. So these are the social media handles for Christabel Ipen. Just take a look before we move on. So while we're waiting for Adeshola to be connected, without wasting much time, I am going to bring in our guests. I'm going to bring in our guest for today. Join me as I welcome. Okay, sorry, let me stop sharing my screen first. Okay, join me as I welcome Christabel Ipen to the stage. Good evening, Christabel. You need
Hi,
to
Minta.
so,
Good evening.
okay.
Yeah,
It's
can
so
you hear
amazing
me?
that it's so amazing that you started calling me Minta these days. I'm not like
I had to
okay. So
follow.
let me
I just had to follow the bandwagon. It's really
okay. Let me
interesting.
ask you. How does it sound? Do you find it interesting?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh my God, like, why didn't I discover this earlier? And so since I heard about Minta, it's been Minta, Minta, Minta. So yeah,
Good to have
that's
you. Good to have you. Happy weekend.
likewise. Wish you
I
the
hope you
same.
could
Thank you
have
for
me.
having me.
All right. So good to have you. I'm going to leave the stage for you.
Okay,
You have
all right.
35 minutes. You have 35 minutes for your presentation and 10 minutes to answer question.
Oh,
All the
that's
best.
perfect. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I trust you're having, your day has been great. Your weekend is coming on well also. When Minta reached out to me with this particular topic, when it comes to LinkedIn, I'm always very excited. And why I'm really excited about LinkedIn is because it practically changed my life, right? And whenever I am opportune to probably talk about my experience, either as a mentor, probably maybe during one of my speaking engagements or in my master class, I always like to talk about my story because I believe that a lot of people would connect with my story, and probably that would propel them to not sleep on LinkedIn, because I feel a lot of people are leaving. So you guys are leaving money on the table, right? LinkedIn is a gold mine. Okay, so for me around 2017, 2018 thereabout, I was working in a 9 to 5 establishment. I was a content creator, but deep down, I knew what I wanted for my business, right? I knew that I wanted to go global. I knew that, I didn't just want to be a local speaker, because at the time I was just only taking Sunday school classes. And I was like, oh, Christopher, the world is your stage. The world needs to hear your voice. But the major challenge I had was the platform to help push my brand. And I feel this is where a lot of people, because I know there are a lot of you deep down, you know that you have so much to offer. Yeah. You know that you have, like, God has put in you, so much to give to the world. But in a way, you feel like, how do I go about it? You feel limited, either maybe by your environment or by your finances or whatever, but there are strong limitations that you feel. That was who I was in 2017, 2018. Something happened February of 2019. I was in the kitchenette with my colleagues, yeah, and then a colleague of mine just casually asked me. He was like, Bella, because my friends call me Bella. He was like, Bella, how many connections do you have on LinkedIn? And honestly, I rolled my eyes. I'm like, please. That place is they are too tough. You see them with their suit and their tie and their glasses. It's not for me. And he was like, but then he said that, and I could sense that he wasn't saying it. He wasn't saying it for saying sake. And I'm going to quickly add that you need to, when you're having a conversation with someone, it's not really about what they say, it's the underlying message behind it, right? So he was asking, and I knew he had a reason for asking. So I asked him back. I was like, why are you asking me, about how many connections I have on LinkedIn? And he said, oh, because I feel you will do greatly there. I mean, you're a good content creator. You're good. Your communication skills is top notch, and you've been talking about expanding your business and getting more opportunities. So I feel LinkedIn is the platform for you. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'll think about it. And I was still, somebody wants to help me, but my village people, I was still dragging my legs. And then I was like, okay, as I asked him a question, how many connections do you have on LinkedIn? And he said, oh, about 5,000. And it was like, my eyes just popped up. I said, what? How did you do it? Like, cut so for me. What are you guys doing that I am not doing? Because before then, I'd been on LinkedIn. I registered and, did everything on LinkedIn 2016. So you can imagine how I felt, because from 2016 to 2019, thereabout, I had just 192 connections, and he had 5,000. And he told me there are 3 things you need to have, or 3 characteristics you need to really work on if you want to optimize LinkedIn. So he said you need to be your true authentic self, you need to be consistent. And I think the last one was he said you need to be genuine, which is of course automatically being your through authentic self. And I said, okay, I'll check my LinkedIn. I'd even deleted the app from my mobile phone. So I went back, did a password reset, and that was in February. 10 months down the line, and I'm being nominated by Sales Ruby as one of the top 50 personalities on LinkedIn. I'm getting international recognition. I became a global speaker. And I'm like, so what was I missing? Why did it take me 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019? Why did it take me almost 4 years to actually crack the code, the LinkedIn code, right? And I realized that it was because there were things that I didn't know. See, let me tell you, what you don't know, you don't know. That's why they will tell you, follow who know road. For my Nigerian audience, you know what that means. You follow the people that are, that are walking the path that you're about to walk. It makes the journey easy for you, right? So from 2019, with 192 connections to 2021 with over 32,000 connections, that's massive. But it's not even really about the connections for me. It's the opportunities that I've been able to have, right? It's the friendship and the relationship and the connections, networking, meeting amazing people that if I had not been on that platform, I don't think, honestly speaking, I don't think I would have met them anywhere. I don't even think they would have opened the door for me, right? So that's why I'm very passionate. Yes, you can see my veins are coming out because I'm very passionate about it. It kind of like makes me feel so sad to see people who are not leveraging on the LinkedIn platform. Now, we are looking at LinkedIn optimization for career professionals, but I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to include not just career professionals, but if you're a business owner, whoever you are, you can leverage on the platform, on the LinkedIn platform, and then, the sky would be your starting point. Now, before I move further, there are some misconceptions about LinkedIn that I would really like to break, if I can use the word. So one misconception is, people say, oh, LinkedIn is for people that knot their tie and wear their suit. Duh, I don't knot ties and I don't wear suits. Well, not all the time, right? But that's a very wrong misconception because Mark Zuckerberg is a professional. Does he wear suit and tie? I don't think so. Maybe when he's going for presidential visits and all. Right? You have tech enthusiasts on LinkedIn. They don't necessarily. I have a friend who's a tech expert. He doesn't not tie and wear suits. So that's one misconception. Another misconception about the platform that I feel kind of like limits a lot of people or makes them intimidated is people always feel that for you to be heard on LinkedIn, you must have achieved a level of success. Now, so what that does to people is people now feel that, oh, I don't have anything to offer. Not like, I have a big business. Oh, not like I've saved 20,000 people from depression. Not like I've, contributed to what's it called? The coronavirus vaccine treatment and the likes. So people feel intimidated. Those are misconceptions. I will tell you that I built my brand from the bottom up. Right? So I was on LinkedIn with my 192 connections. I grew it to over 32,000 connections, became an influencer, right? Built my brand, became a global speaker. It was while I was using the platform, I became all these things. I didn't wait to become those things. So that's a very big misconception. You don't have to wait. You don't have to, have everything figured out. I feel it even limits you in other areas. You're waiting for things to be perfect. You're waiting for you to have so much money and all, right? So please, that's that. Now, why do you need to optimize LinkedIn? I've said it before, but I'll repeat it for emphasis sake. Let me tell you, the people you're looking for that will take your business to the next level are on LinkedIn. I'm not saying they are not on Facebook. I'm not saying they're not on Instagram or the other social media networks. What I'm telling you is, right now, don't go and say it, don't go and shout it, but let me tell you a secret. The algorithm on LinkedIn right now is favorable compared to any other social media platform. So when I push out my post, I can get over 50,000 views from people all over the world. Do you know what that does for me? I don't like. Do you understand? Facebook won't give you that, right? So what the first step to optimizing your LinkedIn is you first of all need to register on the platform. Either you download the app on your mobile phone or on your PC or your Mac, whatever the case, you need to get what's it called? You need to get the app. You need to register. Now, when you do that, the next step that you would have to do is to build your profile. By building your profile, I mean optimizing your profile. I realized that when I had 192 connections and the only thing visible on my profile was just my name, I don't think there was a picture, there was no display picture. I would push out like LinkedIn invites and nobody would accept my invite. At first, I thought it was village people, but it's not village people. I mean, if someone approaches you, right, I don't care what anybody says, but you're always looking for what's in it for me. You might be subtle about it, but you want the relationship to you. So if I'm coming to you and I don't have anything to offer, then you most likely won't take me seriously. So when I built my profile, I please, does not mean people still don't, as at then, they still used to not accept my invite. But I mean, the rate was like, you can't compare that to when I just started with my 192, where I'll push out like 20 invites and maybe just one person. And LinkedIn will send me a message and be like, send invitation to only people that you know. Because I'm sure they were seeing their back end. They were like, nobody's accepting these girls. Why is she trying to be, why is she trying to be a tyrant, or, why is she stalking people? So you need to build your profile. So I'll be sharing my screen because I don't know how many of you here utilize the LinkedIn platform. I'm going to be talking about some things that probably you might be hearing for the first time, and I don't want that to come across to you as strange, right? So I would share my screen right now for you to see what your profile should look like and things that you basically should follow through with. Okay, so I'm doing that. Just give me a second. Excuse me. So I'm trying to share my screen. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so I don't know. Can you see my screen? Please, if you can see my screen, let me know. If you can see my screen, just probably in the comments. If you can see my screen in the comments, let me know. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I will just go straight down, right, to the checklist. Okay, so this is how I'm using this presentation. This is the checklist I used for a masterclass with the Super Important Women London virtual class. So I feel it's still going to serve. So that's why I'm using that right now. Okay, so the first thing is your LinkedIn photo. I tell people that your LinkedIn photo is equally as important as your CV, because I mean, people tell you that they don't look at all they want is they look at the hats. It's the hats that matters. But if you're a guy in the house, you know that that's not necessarily true, because when you see a lady you like, she must be appealing to you. And when you get to know, then you will now be like, oh, I want to get to know her. So that's why your LinkedIn photo must be badass. Like, if you have the funds, invest in a good photo shoot. I did photo shoots for my LinkedIn, but I did a photo shoot. So you can see that my picture is very deliberate, right? Because this is branding. This is what will help you, even as a career professional, right? Emphasis on being a career professional. This is what will help you. Your recruiters will look at these things. So you need to put your best foot forward. I tell people that your LinkedIn profile is the first point of contact between you and your prospective clients or your prospective recruiters. So you need to make sure that everything is correct, right? Okay, so your LinkedIn photo should be clear. Please stay clear of Snapchat filters. Unless you're Mark Zuckerberg, unless you're Oprah Winfrey, unless the world already knows you. If people don't know you, if it's only your village people and your family friends and your church members that know you, please make sure to do the right thing. Make sure to use, the right picture. Be decent, right? Be classy. So that after that, you would look at the cover photo. So this is the cover photo where my cursor is. You can see mine. There's a copy of my book which is called Freedom. You could see me by the extreme left, holding a copy of my book. And why I love LinkedIn cover photo is it gives your profile the extra boost. It's like you've dressed well and you're feeling yourself, and then you just take that your nice cologne, your perfume, and you spray, and you feel on top of the world. For me, a LinkedIn cover photo is that extra spice, right? So if you have a LinkedIn cover photo. This is very easy to create. You can create it on Canva. If you have a graphics designer, tell them to help you create it, right? So it might be just your name. It might be your favorite quotes, but make sure you have a LinkedIn cover photo. And then the next thing is your headline. This is what we call headline. So what used to make me and most of my most of my clients fight, especially when it comes to LinkedIn optimization, is we used to fight with the headline. So I see a lot of people, especially people that are looking for job opportunities, they just tell you, available for job openings. And I scream and I'm like, this is too ambiguous. If I'm a recruiter and I come on your profile and all I can see is available for opportunities, what opportunities are you looking for? Do you want to be, a banker? Do you want to work in the oil sector? Are you a tech enthusiast? What are you really? So your headline is the perfect place for you to tell people who you are, what you do, in a very subtle way. So if you look at my headline, this is not updated, but if you look at my headline, at the time I did this, you could see my profession, right? Support analyst at Pariso. You could also see that I'm a mental health advocate, an author, content creator, speaker, life coach. Now, if you're looking for job openings, what you can put there is, accountant, or, looking for a fresh graduate in accounting, looking for key roles in the finance sector. Now, that's more precise. There's something called keywords. So keywords is recruiters would go on LinkedIn and search. So if I'm a recruiter and I'm trying to get maybe a support analyst, and I type in support analyst, everybody that has that, most profiles that have that, the word support analyst, it will pop up. Their profiles will pop up, and then I can now go through those profiles. Now, if you don't have any specification on your profile, it's not going to read, right? So you see why you're missing a lot of opportunities, because even the people that are looking for you, when they search for you, they can't find you because you didn't state it there. You get the gist, right? Then the next thing you need to do is your profile sample, the summary or the about. So I've had people really reach out to me and they're like, oh, Christabel, your profile is amazing. I read your about, and, I'm just in awe of how amazing you are. A lady from, I think, was it Ireland or South Africa, reached out to me and she said, oh, sorry, from one of these Asian countries, I think Indonesia or so. And she said, oh, I read about your summary, and it's like we're twin sisters. It's like we have the same thoughts. We share the same thoughts, right? So I use my summary. If you read it, you would see that it's very unconventional. It's not my language is very subtle. I don't believe in, being overly, what's it called? Professional, like, all this email kind of, kindly find attached to whom it may concern. No. That's not my language. So I didn't want people to perceive me. I want people to feel my personality. I wanted you to go through my profile and feel that you've known me for years. Because guess what? People will do business with you if they like you. Abi, yes. People want to give you that job if you appeal to them, if you appeal to their emotions, if you strike a chord with them. And that was what I was trying to do. But basically, your summary should be a summary of what you've achieved, where you are, and where you're headed. So if you are a fresh graduate, right? Oh, you served, let's say you're a fresh graduate, you read geography and regional planning, that's what I read in school. and then now you're volunteering, but your future plan is to probably head a Fortune 500 company, or have your own big business, or live somewhere on the island. All those things are valid. Put them in your summary. Excuse me. Right? So that's the point. Your summary should just be about you. Make it about you. And I also suggest, what I tell my clients is, I tell them, go through as many LinkedIn profiles as possible. Check out their summary and then pick what works for you. Pick the tone that works for you. And when you find that tone, you need to be consistent with it. So now that you've seen my tone, I know what you're thinking. How can only one person handle all these things? You will now see my posts forming macho. I'm still maintaining that connection. I'm so sorry, I have a cold. Right? I'm still maintaining that connection. And then the next thing is your experience. So you're like, oh, but Bella, I don't have any job experience yet. Oh, well, probably you thought you've maybe taken, you've worked with a volunteering organization before. Put it there, right? Oh, or maybe you've done something for your community. Put it there. Right? So that's about the experience. And then your education. Please leave secondary school out. You can start with your, your first degree, and then take it all up that. And then if you volunteered before, you can also add that. And your accomplishments. So for me, you can see my accomplishment. I was the best graduating student, and I got the, I was best graduating student in my department, and also I was the best behaved student in my secondary school. If you're the favorite child of your family, put it there. Let me tell you, it is you that will blow your trumpet. I feel so many times people wait for other people to applaud them. People wait for other people to celebrate them. Yeah, people wait for other people to say, oh, have you seen her? My goodness, she's amazing. She does fantastic things. Be your own cheerleader. You understand the point? So everything you feel you've achieved that is so precious to you, please put them on your profile, right? For people to see. And then the next thing is the skills and endorsements. So why I particularly love this segment, and I'm so thankful for LinkedIn for it, is because this has brought a lot of businesses my way. A lot of money has come through these endorsements. So a client of mine, said, reached out to me. He's from one of the Asian countries. I don't know. I think Asians, they just like me. And I like them back. So he reached out to me and he was like, I see that you're a personal development coach, and I just read one of the the endorsements, the endorsements here by one of your clients, and I think we can work together. If that guy did not recommend me, I don't think I would have gotten that. Now, if you're just starting off as a newbie, it is not wise. It is not even smart to approach people to, write you a recommendation. I only give recommendations to people that I've worked with, people that I've probably been, in the same group with. I can give a recommendation for those people. Now, if I don't know you on a personal level, what I can do for you is I can endorse you on some of your skills, right? Maybe, Microsoft, public speaking, and the likes. And you can do this in a trade by barter way. So I'm sharing my hacks with you people now. So you can, contact your friend and be like, your connection, and be like, you first of all endorse them. And then when you endorse them, you can now write to them and be like, oh, hi, I just endorsed you on some skills because I see that you're doing amazing. I wouldn't mind if you'd endorse me back. Checkmate. Now, that person would not want to come across as a jerk and be like, I don't want to endorse you, right? Because guess what? You already took the first step. So that's one thing that you can do that would help. And also, I tell people, start with your friends and your families and your colleagues. So if you're just going to register on LinkedIn right now, you can now tell people and be like, oh, your friends, you're on LinkedIn. Alpha, endorse me on some of my skills, I will endorse you back. And then when you start building your momentum and start posting, which we'll get to, it becomes easier. People now endorse you because they've seen that you can deliver. But when you're just starting, you need to be ready to roll up your sleeve and get to work. And the next thing is your licenses and certifications. So for my certifications, if you check my LinkedIn profile, you'll see that I have a couple of certifications, right? And most of them are LinkedIn certifications. So what I did was, when LinkedIn gave me this 30 days free trial, I used that opportunity to take as many courses as possible, and I made sure to be certified. So when I did that, I attached those certifications to my profile. So when you're coming on my profile and you're seeing 30, what's it called? Maybe you're seeing like 12, certifications. You're like, this babe, this babe has been taking courses and taking courses. Yes, and those courses were amazing. Like, they helped me, in my career, and they are still helping me. So I'm sharing one hack that can work for you. Then I also took some other courses. You can see, in project management, certified life coach. I became a certified life coach by New Skills Academy. And I took a diploma in mental health because I'm a mental health advocate and all the likes. Now, when people come on your profile, come to your profile, and they see all these things, they are most likely to give you that attention that you're looking for. But if I come to your profile and it's blank, I'm like, okay, there's nothing. I don't think I can do business with this person. Because relationships should be symbiotic. It shouldn't be parasitic, right? So it should mean I am getting value and you're giving me value. So if you make people feel that they are the only ones that will be giving and giving and giving, it becomes exhausting. So that's why you need to make sure when you're coming to them, when you start, and that's why I advise you, make sure your profile is top-notch before you start sending invites. Because when you send me an invite, the first thing I do is I check your profile. And if I see that you're not active, you're not doing anything, I begin to wonder, what kind of business can I do with this person? What kind of collaboration can I do with this person, right? So those are the things that you really need to take seriously. So you can see some of my recommendations from my mentor, Ife Otofia, and also some of the clients I've worked with. So that is that for the LinkedIn profile. So I will stop sharing my screen now, and I'll let you know what you can do after that. So once you're done optimizing your LinkedIn profile, now you feel comfortable to an extent. The next thing you need to do is you need to start posting and engaging in other people's posts. Be it that you're looking for a job, be it that you're trying to build your brand, or you're working your way to, becoming a major person. Let's say you want to be an influencer also, right? You need to start posting, you need to start engaging, you need to start pushing out content. And I think one thing that really hold people back, and I'm saying this because I've worked with a lot of people, they don't have a problem. When I'm talking about, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, they are all happy and dancing and jumping and saying, oh, Bella, you're amazing. You're the best coach there is. And then when I say, okay, so tomorrow now, we are going to push out your first post. You see them, they'll be like, well, mom, what do I post about? They get anxious, they get nervous. And I get it, because before I pushed my first post on LinkedIn, I did like 17 sign of the cross. And my colleague was like, just push it, and I'm glad I did, right? So note that why you need to start posting is, if you don't tell people what you offer or what you can do, nobody would know. It's like what the Bible verse says, you can't light a candle and put it under your bed or under a seat. Right? When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So even if you have a badass LinkedIn profile and you're not engaging the right way, you would still miss out on a lot of opportunities. So the first thing, when you're done with your when you're done optimizing your LinkedIn profile, the next thing you need to do is you need to start pushing out posts. So you can start by pushing out motivational posts. You can start by talking about, maybe you're a content creator. Maybe you're working on a project, or you're writing your first book. And then when you do that, you also engage in some other people's posts. So when I started off on LinkedIn, and because I was very deliberate, I would go to Gary's post. I would go to, I think there's this guy, then I really can't remember his name, but those guys were like the big shots on LinkedIn. And I would read their post, and Put strategic comments. There's a difference between me writing, oh, this is a great post, and telling you, maybe I'm pushing, maybe I wrote a post on mental health awareness, and somebody comes and say, oh, this is a great post, thanks for sharing. Another person comes and say, wow, this is really amazing, nice thoughts. Mental health is really something that we don't take seriously in Nigeria. For example, according to Vanguard, Nigeria ranked 15th in the world, 19th in the world for suicide. People would look and be like, this person knows a thing or two. The person is contributing in a very good way, right? So you also need to be strategic with how you comment or engage on other people's posts. Now, when you do that, the next thing is sending out the right message. Like I said, you can't go to somebody's inbox and drop hello. LinkedIn is not Facebook. LinkedIn is not, what's it called? LinkedIn is not Facebook. LinkedIn is not Twitter. LinkedIn, you have a lot of big people there. So if you want to get my attention, you won't get my attention by just dropping hello. You get my attention by being strategic. Hello, Christabel. My name is, you introduce yourself. This is what I do. And then make your requests. And let me know that you're following. Probably you've checked my profile. So I'm just connecting with you. You sent me an invite. I'm accepting your invite. And you're coming to my inbox. And you're saying, so what do you do? And I'm like, so why did you send the request if you don't know anything about me? You see, you need to be strategic. Right? LinkedIn will work for you if you follow the rules. LinkedIn will work for you if you are teachable. You get? So that's that about that. I don't know if there's anything I'm missing. I just want to be sure that I'm not missing anything else. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then very important, you need to be strategic about who you follow, the groups you join, and basically that's it. Follow who know road. If you're working towards being an HR executive, then you most likely need to follow HR personnel, right? If you're working towards, or probably you're looking for a job or you want to get better opportunities, you follow those guys that they always post about job openings. If you're working toward being a public speaker or you want to secure a TEDx speaking engagement, you gotta follow Minta back to back, because guess what? She's a TEDx organizer, right? So Minta, I'm shooting my shot. Okay, but you get the point, right?
Thanks for that. I've been enjoying your session. Thanks for that. So I'm leaving. I just came to smile.
All right. So you need to be strategic, because you can't be looking for opportunities and you don't know the right people to follow, right? So for me, what I do, I push out motivational stuff. I try to make sure that I encourage you. I try to share opportunities. I sometimes I even post job openings. So follow people that would stir you to becoming who you are. Look, don't be intimidated by anybody. I tell people that our race is different in life. Let me tell you, our race is very different. So there's no last position. There's no first position. If I'm going to the United States, right, and somebody else, and maybe my sister is going to Oshodi, the time I would use to get to the United States, you can't compare to the time she would use to get to Oshodi. She might get there before me, but I'll still get to the United States. But guess what? We're running a different race. So I feel a lot of people get intimidated on that platform. Don't be intimidated. Do your thing. Be teachable, right? Know who to follow. Be polite. Be very, very polite. I see that a lot of people lack empathy, and if I'm a recruiter, those are the things I will look out for. Even if if I want to collaborate with you, if I see that our values don't align, I won't do business with you. You get the point. So you need to be very strategic. You need to be deliberate. So that's I think basically that's all about that. And I would end by telling you the benefits of LinkedIn. Stratocure India featured me in their magazine. I collaborated with NGO, with Listen, right? India. Leading Ladies Africa made me the Career Woman of the Week. Pride magazine, I think 2 weeks back, I was their Woman Crush Wednesday. Yeah. Vijona Africa, I collaborated with Vijona Africa. Look, LinkedIn has opened doors for me. From 2019 to 2021, my bank account is not the same. The network I have is not the same. The opportunities I have, you can't compare to what I had in 2018. So there is a lot of benefits on LinkedIn. But I would say it again. If you don't know how to utilize the platform, if you don't know the rules to follow, then you would not benefit from the platform. You would probably end up like me in 2018, angry at the world. When I see somebody saying, I just got a scholarship, I roll my eyes and I'm like, is it only you? Please, we too will get, God will do our own. God will do your own, you do your own part. Do you understand? Those guys have worked hard and they continue to work hard. It's not too late. Stop leaving money on the table. Stop leaving money on the table. A client reached out to me. That was like 2019, December of 2019. After Sales Ruby nominated me as one of the top 50 personalities. She's in the UK, and she told me, Bella, she was very straight to the point. She said, Bella, I want to build my brand. I want to build my influence. At the time, she had about 400 and something connections. I really can't remember. And she kept, and she's like, and I've watched you. I watched you grow on LinkedIn from 192. And I think at that time I had about 13,000 connections to 13,000. I've seen you do amazing things. I want us to work together. I want us to replicate that same thing. And I'm like, okay, let me even see if I can replicate it for her. And we worked together for a year. And when I ended my contract with her, she moved from 400 connections to over 6,000 connections. She built her influence and her brand on LinkedIn. People started signing up for her coaching, her coaching classes. She made like ×4 of the sales that she would normally make. And then she's like, Christabel, you're amazing. And I told her, look, LinkedIn has given you the platform. It's like you have a Ferrari in your house, but every day you still trek to the office. Why? Because you don't utilize it. Because you don't even know the benefits. And that's why I organize masterclasses. And that's why, mostly paid, because people don't value free. So if you're putting your money on the line, I know you're ready, right, to do the work. And I think one of my masterclass will be coming up, and I'm giving that, I think, more than 50% discount. I think it goes for 10,000 naira. If you're ready, you can. I have just 10 slots available. If you're ready, you can probably chat me up after this session. I'm not even dropping link, because I want people that are really ready to take their brand to the next level. People that know that, see, Christabel, these things that you've done for yourself, I have walked the walk and I continue to walk the walk. I am not there yet, because what I have in my head, to give me 2 years and you wouldn't even recognize me anymore. I'm not saying that, I'm not being boastful, but I'm telling you the power of LinkedIn and why you should leverage it. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that you need to really utilize and optimize your the LinkedIn platform. If you've been stalling, please wake up. There's a lot of money on the table. If you're not collecting the money, me, I will collect the money. But because I care about you, because I'm nice like that, I want you to utilize the platform, and I want you to be the best that you can be. I don't want you to see limitations, because really the only limitation you have is what you have in your mind. There are no limitations. You can do anything you want to do. If I can grow my connections from 192 to over 32,000, become a LinkedIn influencer, a global speaker, a branding expert, a personal development coach, my brothers and my sisters, you can do the same too. So thank you very much. Okay, I think your mic is, Adesola, I think your mic is on mute. So you might want to unmute. Okay.
Oh my God, thank you so much. That was amazing, I was going to ask you, how have you been doing it that you have been you were the best student in your class? But I don't think I need to ask that question any longer, because I could see the vibe from the way you were speaking. I don't know. No, definitely. We need to follow Husabi Road, truly.
Very important.
Very important. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I am definitely sure, I'm sure that the people have really gotten value because I've been nodding my head. For everything while writing, I've been nodding my head that, okay, that is it. That is it. And I told myself, oh no, I think I want to be like this someday. I know I can be there. I can always get there. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right, people, thank you for watching and thank you for staying tuned. I am very sure that the people have so many questions to ask. Meantime, can you please help us, Madam Christabel? We're going to be taking questions. People have been dropping questions. So Minta is going to help us with the questions. I hope you're ready to answer them all. We're just going to take a few of them. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Christabel. We have just few questions. I'm coming. Okay, we have just few questions ready now, but I will tell people to drop their questions, and we'll go on a 1 minute break. So by the time we come back, I believe they should have questions. Facebook people, ask your questions. This is LinkedIn. This is not Facebook where you just put, a lot of, I don't even know how to explain. And the truth is, you are actually very correct about LinkedIn algorithm. Facebook is not even worse now. I discovered that the algorithm in the past 1 month has been very, very bad on Facebook. You post something, you hardly find 200 people to engage. And on LinkedIn, I see a lot of likes spanning to like 30,000 likes, 20,000 likes, 100,000 views. And I'm like, wow. So Facebook people, I'm going to leave Facebook for you. I'm going to leave. In fact, I have even packed my load. I see, I've packed my bag. I've packed my bag of baggages. I will see you some other time.
I'm coming with you. I'm coming right behind you.
If you're not coming, you're your own. You're your own. So, in fact, the next, I have a small mini event I want to plan very soon. I don't know. Let me ask you. I applied for LinkedIn Live.
Okay.
I applied for LinkedIn Live recently. What's the probability? Because I've been praying they should grant me. Because I want to start doing live videos on YouTube, on LinkedIn, because I enjoy doing live videos a lot. Like every now and then when I have a little idea or any little content I want to share, I actually prefer, because when I speak, I express myself more than when I write. So I prefer to speak and do live video more. So I applied for the license a few days ago. So what can you say about that? What's my probability? Let me just know.
Okay, so the thing about live. Okay, so the thing about LinkedIn Live is a lot of people apply for that, right? But and so it might take a little over 6 weeks. I don't know if you got the mail. They'll tell you that it will take.
Yes, they told me 10 working days.
Oh, they told you 10 working days. Oh, perfect.
Yes.
So, but now 10 working days might not be 10 working days. Let's get it right. 10 working days might not be. So what would I feel? What you can do, what you can start doing now, Minta, is you can start uploading videos of, just record videos and share on
short
LinkedIn.
Videos.
So, yes, exactly. So because I noticed what they do is when you apply for LinkedIn Live, they check your profile to see, has this person even tried doing, sharing video content on their page? You get the
ask this question. Thank you. Let me just quickly. Video is actually not my problem. Like, I can do video while I'm sleeping. So once we finish this event now, I'm going to do a video and post.
Exactly. Exactly. Right? So when
you're on your own.
Minta, don't leave us. So don't leave us on Facebook, please. We need you here.
Okay, so let's take a short break, and once we're back, we'll start taking questions. Don't go away.
Would you like to be a TEDx speaker or organizer in 2021? Pay attention to what you stand to gain. It's time you stopped playing the local game. It's time you go global. Start leveraging on international platforms. When you speak on international platforms, especially the TEDx stage, you become the go-to expert with more leads, more sales, more credibility, more exposure, more influence, and of course, more money. But it's not just about money and fame. TEDx is about being on stage, connecting with people in a real way, sharing new ideas, and making the world a better place. TEDx gives your brand more exposure and more visibility, and you can get seen, get paid, and get heard. Introducing OpenX, the organizer TEDx Benjavel or Mababirin Adeola Oshideko, an international speaker with over 5 years experience in public speaking, is ready to hold you by the hand and take you through the journey. In this program, you will learn how to become a TEDx speaker, how to apply and become a TEDx organizer, how to get more international speaking invitations, how to organize international events and source for speakers and sponsorships. Webinar fee costs only 9,999 naira. See the testimonials from cohort 1 and hurry now to register, as registration is open for cohort 2 at bit.ly/OpenX webinar. Registration closes April 30th, 2021. Please note that you can take the webinar at your convenient time.
Welcome back, everyone. So I have a series of questions that people have been asking, and I feel one way or the other you've been able to answer some of them in some way, because like someone was asking, I don't know, I think, okay, let me check one. Someone said, my first question is, how do I get people to follow me on LinkedIn? How do I pitch network on LinkedIn? I think probably you want to say so one or two things, but I think you've answered somehow.
Okay. So the thing is, people would follow you if you give value. Do you understand? So using myself as an example, when I push out posts most times, I get up to like 500 connection invites. Why? Because they can see that there's something. See, I've said it before. If you have something that I find meaningful, I would want to communicate. I want to be friends with you. That means you have something valuable, and that's why you need to start posting. You need to start pushing yourself out there. You need to start blowing your own trumpet. And people think like, oh, but if I post now, nobody's going to like it. Nobody might like it at first, but people will start getting to observe and notice you. Oh, this is Christabel. Oh, she was the one that talked about mental health awareness. Oh, this is Christabel. She was the one that talked about public speaking. Oh, this is Christabel. She was the one that talked about Google branding. Gradually, and you get to that point where you don't need to hustle for invites anymore, because people are already seeing that you have valuable content. And once they see that you have value to give, everybody wants to identify with someone that gives value, right? So I feel the question you should be worried about is, how do I now start giving out value that would attract people to want to be in my connection, that would attract people to want to be in my circle? I think that's the right question you should be asking.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. Very brief and concise. So I have another one here. Okay. The person said, "Is it how do you upgrade for LinkedIn?" Okay, is it ideal to do upgrade for LinkedIn? Is it ideal to do upgrade for LinkedIn? How much does it cost? I think he's talking about the premium subscription. Or something
the premium.
Like that. Yes.
My sister or my brother that asked that question. I am not doing premium. I'm not. I'm not on LinkedIn premium. No, because let me be honest with you, right? Now, I feel LinkedIn premium is great, but I'm also the type that I feel if something is not serving me, I don't have to pay for it. Now, if I'm getting value from the premium, what's it called, title, or the things that comes with it, I don't have a problem. I have connections that are on premium. I ask myself, I'm like, you've never, for anytime I check premium. But me, except maybe when LinkedIn will be like, sometimes they do it maybe once or twice, in a month, and they're like, Christopher, you know what? Just take 30 days free LinkedIn premium. Just use it and do it. If you want to upgrade to LinkedIn premium, that's fine. You can upgrade. There are great benefits like instant messaging. You don't have to connect to people, and all those things. You have more insight into the people that view your profile and the likes. But if you're not really getting concise value, I feel be with the normal LinkedIn crew, be with us. and grow, right? And when you grow and you have the funds, you know, and you know you don't mind splashing $53, or I think it's $53 or $60. I really can't remember monthly. Then, but make sure that the value you're getting value for that money. If you're not getting for that value for the money, I wouldn't really advise you to do that. So it's still your call. It's still what you want to do. I'm just giving you my own advice.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Another one is saying that how many times do you advise that we post on LinkedIn daily?
Okay, so when I started off on LinkedIn, I used to post 2 times a week. 2 times a week, and it used to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because according to LinkedIn, those are the times that you have better engagements, right? As at the last time I checked. But I would say that wasn't really smart of me, because remember, you're just starting. You want people to know you. You want to be known for a particular thing. I would say you can post once per day on LinkedIn. So you can post Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you want Saturday and Sunday, that's fine. But once a day is perfect. And it's not really about what you post. It's about the value of what you're posting. So let's not get it wrong. So I can post I can push out 5 posts in a day, and there's really no value. And people are like, oh, she has come again. What's she talking about right now? But I can push out one post that has so much that is kind of like loaded, right? And people would appreciate it. So if you're just starting off, I would say once a day is fine, you know, or you can even do my two times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then, you know, because you have to build your confidence. And as you build it, you become comfortable. I have people that post 3, 4, 5 posts on their page every day, you know, and they didn't start like that. They start with baby steps. So start with baby steps, 2, and then you can move to 3, and then you can go to every day. And, you know, before you know, you don't have a problem, and you can post anytime you want. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Another question is,
Excuse me.
is it all connection that you should accept, especially people you don't know? Sorry, you have cold. Sorry.
Oh, Minka. I was
Sorry.
praying. I said, this cold will not stop me from doing this thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Okay, so
So the person is asking that, what are the criteria you should look out for when you're trying to accept people's invites?
Okay. All right. So I think the first thing is you need to check the person's profile to see if you can work with this person. Maybe not now, but if there's a chance for you to work with the person in the future, right? So you're working with the end in mind. I don't know if you're getting my point. You're working with the end in mind. So, for example, I get a post, I get an invite from maybe a young undergraduate, somebody that is still in school, right? And I'm not going to say, oh, because I've moved past that level, I'm not a student anymore, right? Or I now talk to, you know, CEOs and I train executives, so I don't have business with undergraduates. No, I'm going to accept that invite because I know that I have something that would benefit them, and they might have something later on that would benefit me, right? So, but at the same time, I still think it's more of a personal thing. I have connections that will tell you, oh no, Christabel, I just want to be connected with lawyers. I just want to be connected with what's it called? HR personnel. I just want to be connected with certain people. So people have that certain yardstick. So I think it's for you to know what you want and what you're looking for. So I'm an influencer. For me, it's a game of numbers, right? That's who an influencer is. If you want to bring your business to me, you're sure that I have the following and the people to engage to see your product. So I need those numbers. Right? But if you're not an influencer, if you're just, you know, doing your 9-to-5 job, you're a tech enthusiast, then you can be picky and be like, oh no, maybe I just want to connect with fellow tech enthusiasts, or maybe I just want to connect with, you know. So it depends on what you're looking for and, you know, how you want to utilize the platform. Exactly. That would determine. Really.
All right, thank you very much. I'll be taking this one. This will be the second to the last question. And the person is asking now, what is your take on using hashtag and mentions in your posts?
Okay, so I love using hashtags because I know that it kind of like gives you a wider reach. It's like how Instagram is, right? You know, you have a lot of hashtags that when you put them on your post, anyone searching for that particular looking through that particular hashtag can see your post. That's how LinkedIn is also. And then for the mentions, I honestly don't have a problem with it, but I feel some people kind of abuse it in the sense that, you know, if you're going to mention me, I would appreciate it if you give me prior notice, right? I would appreciate it if you let me know beforehand. But I see a lot of people probably, and I think I don't blame them really. They just do that because maybe they admire your work and they love what you do, and they feel like, oh, they want you to see this and the likes. So I think mentions, you can't compare mentions with hashtags. I would say do more of hashtags and less of mentions, right? So do more of hashtags because hashtags will push your reach to a lot of people, while mentions is for specific people. So, for example, if you're going to do create a post about this on LinkedIn, you can mention me because I'm a part of it, right? And then I get to see it, and I appreciate that. But if I don't have a specific, if there's no correlation between me and the post, it's really rude to just mention people on your post randomly. It's very rude, So do less of mentions and do more of hashtags. That would help you more.
Yes, I agree with you. I just migrated to, just like I said, I just migrated to LinkedIn. Like I just started getting serious with my LinkedIn not quite long, and I noticed that a lot of people just mention people, like you see like 20 mentions. So I actually thought that is the norm, but I have never done it because where I'm coming from, my own Facebook place, I teach people not to mention people anyhow. Don't tag people in a post that has nothing to do with them.
Exactly.
Because you're trying to. And if you're listening to this now and you're still doing that stuff, please go and stop it. It's a very bad visibility strategy.
It's rude.
Very rude. You don't need to tag anybody in your post. If you did, in fact, you see some silly posts like they are wishing somebody happy birthday, and they're tagging you, and you're like, what is my business with this?
No, you're bringing
very rude and very unethical and very, I don't know. So please, when you're making your post, just post your content. You don't need to just post your content. Just like Christabel has rightly said, if you dish out value, people will engage with your post. You don't need to tag the whole of your generation before they engage. Like you don't need to tag anybody. Once they read your post, and in fact, there are things that you will write and people will be provoked to comment. At times, I teach people about our call to action. I teach people always put a call to action to your post and blah, blah, blah. But I just realized that there are some of my posts that I don't even put any call to action.
I see that. And they get to respond, yeah?
Because it's just value load. It's just something they cannot overlook. It's not something that is engaging, something that is going to provoke their thoughts, to put something down. So if you don't have, just like Christabel has said, I think your focus should be on how do I deliver value? Because there are rules to these things. Just like she said, she has a coaching session. I do too. And, by the time I finish with some people and the engagement just skyrocketed, be like, wow. I just told them it's not magic. There are rules you need to follow. There are rules. When you don't follow those rules, you will never get results. It's just like algorithm rules too. There are rules for algorithm. If you want to post to reach a wider audience, then there are things you need to do. Please, if you need to learn. Because I discovered that a lot of people don't even want to learn. They want to do try and fail.
Minta, I'm so sorry to cut you short. That is so, like I said, I don't know if you heard, a lot of people are unteachable. A lot of people look for reasons why things will not work. You're telling them, don't do this, and they're telling you, I will do it, and if I do it, you should attend to me. And I'm like, with that attitude, you're not going to get far. You're not going to get results.
So that is just it about that tag. And so when you mentioned it now, I am like, wow. So you have that opinion too, because I was thinking it's actually the norm. When I see people tagging people, mention people anyhow, but I don't do it because it's not part of me. I just feel, why should I tag you in my post that doesn't concern you? It's not reasonable. And a lot of people still do it to even on Facebook. I just look at some, and because you even tag me, I will not engage it. What about that? Because you tag me in a post that doesn't concern me, Facebook will now alert me, or whatever will now alert me that you tag me. I'll just ease and just move away, because I just feel angry in my spirit. So thank you very much, Christabel. I'm going to be taking the last question now. And I think you've answered this question one way or the other. But let me see. Let me still ask the question. So the person said, which set of people are predominant on LinkedIn?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Which what?
Which set of people are predominant on LinkedIn? Like people what are the set of people we are? I think you've answered that, because a lot of people think LinkedIn is just for professionals. Once you tie and you wear your suit, then you're for LinkedIn. So I will want you to just shed some light further on that.
See, I feel where this misconception is coming from is from the word professional. I feel people really don't even understand who a professional is. So let me break it down. A professional is someone or anyone that earns a living from performing an activity, right? So they earn a living from performing an activity that probably has to do with their level of education, skills, and what was the last one? That means they've put a lot of thought into what they are doing. Okay, so that means they put a lot of thought into what they are doing, right? It means that, for them to be a professional, so for example, I would say a makeup artist is a professional because she has learned the skills of doing the makeup. You get the point, right? A footballer is a professional because he has learned the skills of playing football, and that's what gives him money. So when you're talking about people that are predominant on LinkedIn, everybody is on LinkedIn. I have seen somebody who makes shoes on LinkedIn. I have seen someone who makes what's it called, bags. I've seen makeup artists. I've seen fashion designers. I have seen all of these people on LinkedIn, right? But if I'm to be fair and if I'm to answer that question, in a very fair way, I would say people that are really predominant on LinkedIn are thought leaders and HR personnel. So you have a lot of thought leaders, people like Minta, people like myself, a lot of CEOs and founders, right? Because we have a lot of them. Those are the people there. But guess what? Whoever you are, you can go there, you can go on LinkedIn and put your own flag and be like, yes, I'm a voiceover artist and I'm on LinkedIn. And that's that, because I'm a professional. You get? So anybody can be on LinkedIn. There is no stereotyping. There is no saying, because I'm not wearing my tie, or because I'm not a banker, I'm not an accountant, or all of those things. Anybody can be, as long as you're a professional, and we are all professionals. So don't get it twisted. We're all professionals.
Okay, thank you very much. That this thing that you just raised is a very good one. I don't know whether you see, when I did a post and I was talking about LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. And I tagged you in that post, telling people that you'll be on board today. A particular person now asked in the comments that, is LinkedIn only for professionals? When I said, I said in my post, I said, if you're a professional and you're not leveraging LinkedIn, you're on a long thing, like you're wasting your time, something like that. So you now put a comment like, is LinkedIn like? I didn't see his facial expression, but from the tone of the comments, I could perceive that he's trying to say, is LinkedIn now for only professionals?
Professionals.
I had to. Do you know what I did? To be honest,
did you do?
I went to a dictionary to go and check whether the definition of professional that I know has changed. Probably. Very funny. I had to go and check. I said, okay, probably when I was sleeping one day, they've changed the definition overnight. I'm not aware. Let me quickly go and check before I start arguing blindly.
Exactly.
Lo and behold, when I checked, my dear sister, the definition of professional is still the same thing. The same thing you just said now. Anybody earning from a profession. You're a professional. You're a carpenter. You do house construction. You do any job that fetch you money. You are a professional. So I don't
Exactly.
understand this issue of. So I now asked so when I came back, I now discovered,
Okay.
oh, thank God, they have not changed the definition of who a professional is. Thank God. Hope that I will not go and mess myself up today. And I replied the guy, I said, it depends on who you perceive as a professional. And may I ask you, who is a professional?
Professional.
Maybe after this live video, I'll go and check. Maybe he has answered me. He has not answered.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of people, that's where the misconception is coming from, because and I don't know where they got that from. In their mind, they just feel a professional should be carrying briefcase, nothing tie. Exactly. And if you're not, it's insane. But we are all professionals, and that's why LinkedIn is for everybody. LinkedIn is for everybody. For everybody, trust me. If you're not using LinkedIn, you're leaving money on the
I just
table.
wanted to.
Okay.
Yes, so even me now, Facebook people have told you this is the last one for all of you. So sorry, I said that is the last question, but I have another question here, and I think it's equally important. Is LinkedIn visual sensitive like IG, like Instagram? Is it visually sensitive, like in terms of picture? On Instagram you cannot post anything without picture. In fact, someone has even asked that question. I just did not ask it. The person asked that, is it compulsory you should use your picture for your post? Because I know that on LinkedIn, you can actually post without pictures. So this person is not asking that, is LinkedIn visually sensitive like IG? Then let me add this other question that another person asked that, is it a must you should use your personal picture? And that is number 2. I'm asking you 3 in 1 question. And the person answered, is there a specific number of hashtags to use on each post? Did you get banned like IG? Did you get banned for using too many hashtags or something like that?
Okay. So is LinkedIn a visual platform?
Yes.
If you have not checked my LinkedIn profile, go and check my LinkedIn profile. My brothers and my sisters, I tell you that very few of my posts that you will not see my picture. Yeah. You will see my now. You see my post and you see my
that one that you use for your DP. That one is fire. In fact, you know what? As you were speaking, I was just thinking in my brain. I said, I have not heard Christabel speak before anyway. Like I've not heard you speak anyway.
Yeah.
But from your posts, I perceive that you should be a good speaker, and you blew my mind off today. That's number 1. Now, back to your profile picture, the way you were posting, or the way you stand, or I don't know, it holds out a lot of confidence. When I saw that picture, I said, this lady is going to deliver, even though I've not heard her speak before. And and that is just it. When you have an amazing there's a way you post for picture that it communicates confidence, even when people don't know you. Yes. So when I post, okay, let me pause on that, and let me talk a bit about this. The fact that we should blow our trumpets.
Yeah.
Now on Facebook, I do a lot of. I am going to bring it to LinkedIn. I am also learning from this session. Anyway, I've learned a lot, and because I just see LinkedIn as a sacred place. Like I should just gently come, drop my content, and just
tread carefully.
I don't want to, So by the time you're talking about the way you design your profile, I was already telling myself, Diola, you need to go back to that profile and add some. And by the time you even said, if you're a favorite child of your parent, add it. If you're like, I'm like, we can have that one too. Okay, I graduated with a first class, and I'm the only one in my class who graduated with. I'm the only one that had a first class in my department. I studied accounting, and I think like I need to put that in there. It's not like, so I tell people, this thing is not hype. Hello, it's not hype. Because when a lot of people see you come out to say these things, they think, oh, yeah, Shakara, you're hyping yourself too much. If you don't blow your trumpet, who will?
Nobody will do that.
I call myself, there's the name I call myself. I call myself a coach with the sauce, and I don't serve it if it's not hot. When I say that, even me myself feel good. I feel good, like I feel on top of the world. Yes, I'm the coach with the sauce.
Yeah.
And you know that
Oh, yes,
particular,
you are.
there was recently some set of people joined my WhatsApp status, and one day a guy made a statement like, you happy? He said something, I can't remember what he actually said. Like, I have mouth, like, your mouth, like you are mouthed or something like that. And I told him, I said, this is no mouth, it's called self-love. And as long as you're on my WhatsApp status, get used to it. Because I'm the hype queen. I hype myself, I applaud myself. You know, when you're waiting for other people to come and say you are doing well. So when you tell me I'm doing well, it's just a Jara. You know Jara now. Jara is like an
I already know that. You know?
In French, we call it cadeau. In French, we call it cadeau. But that was the first language I had when I came to Cote d'Ivoire. So when I go to the market, I tell them cadeau. So they will like put more cadeaux.
Yeah.
So it's part of the few words I learned when I came. So that's just by the way. So the long and short of it is that blow your trumpet. Tell people what you do. Let them know who you are. Let them know what you can offer. Let them know what you can deliver. Let them know everything about you. Don't see. Staying in one corner and saying, "Oh, I don't do social media. Oh, I'm not a social media person." You are just wasting your time.
You're leaving money on the table.
On the table. In fact, the person that came this morning to talk to us about career, how you can get a job in a saturated labor market. The man said, "Don't be anonymous. Don't say I don't do social media, because employers run background check on social media, and if they cannot find you anywhere, so what are you saying?" So even employers, they believe in social media, because a lot of companies are now using social media to even sell their product, their services. So why would you not say you're not using social? I'm not a social media person. I am a private person. Hello, you're on your own. So I think this is a very good place to run this session off. Thank you so much, Christabel. I learned a lot personally, and I believe a lot of people also learned a lot. So in summary, I would like you to, you've mentioned it during your session, but I would like you to mention one or two things, programs that you have that people can key into to get better on LinkedIn.
Okay, so what I do is I organize a LinkedIn optimization masterclass. So what that program helps you do, especially as a newbie, or if you want to take LinkedIn seriously, I walk with you. I take you by the hand and, you know, kind of like replicate the systems that worked for me, right? Teach you how to, you know, put your profile together, work with you through your first LinkedIn post, you know, how to draft your messages. Remember, there was one post I put about not just dropping hello messages. How do you approach people?
I read that message.
You know, how do you engage for visibility? How do you promote yourself? How do you get to that point where you no longer, you know, rush for opportunities? They come looking for you. That's what the masterclass is for, and it's for 10,000 naira. So it's a 2-hour masterclass. 2 hours masterclass, but after that I put them in a group for a month where I kind of like mentor them for that month to make sure that they do everything they've learned, and then once they are good to go, they're fine. Basically, because I feel, you know, a lot of people want to do these things, but maybe they don't even know how to get started, right? They don't know the right things to do. They don't know, oh, how should I? So me, I'm a very visual person. If I come to be coached by you, Minta, I want you to hold me by my hand and show me and say, Christabel, walk here. Christabel, do this. Put your leg here. Yes. Exactly. So once you've shown me that, I can now have that confidence to stand on my own. That's the kind of person I am. And so that's why I feel there are others that might be like me. They want a more, you know, concise relationship, a mentoring. That's why I made that masterclass, you know, whereby it's relatively cheap, you know, because my one-on-one masterclass goes for 50,000. But if I'm having just a 2-hour masterclass with a 1-month mentoring, I do that for 10K. Because for me, it's not about the money, it's about giving you value. So that when you see me 2 years from now, you'll be like, oh, I love her. She made an impact in my life. And that's just it. You know, that's one of the programs I run. And if you want me to help you build your brand, like I did for my international clients. I might also do that too, at a structured fee. That's just that.
Okay,
I'm just
so just get in touch. Just get in touch with Christabel. As you can see her name on the screen right now, Christabel Ekpen. Just search for her on LinkedIn. In fact, you don't need to go far before you get her. She's a big fish. Okay, so I'm going to be
hold my hand this way. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hold my hands, my two hands, the two of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Minta. Thank you, Adesola. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Christabel. We'll see you some other time. God bless you.
See you.
So thank you everyone who has joined us. Adeshola is going to be rounding up the session now, and we are going to end this live broadcast, and we are going to come back by 6:30 for the last session. You don't want to miss that one, especially if you're a career professional. We've told you that career professional only people not in tie and very stood. Okay, so right after this, I'm going to end this broadcast. Once Adeshola finish, I'll play a short video, then we'll end this broadcast. Then we'll come back by 6:30. That's like in the next 5 minutes. We should be back. So don't go away. Stay with us as we take the last session where Dupe Akishi, she's also a LinkedIn influencer, a very big one. And she's going to be teaching us how you can navigate and manage boardroom politics, workplace politics. In fact, romantic politics, everything politics. One of guys is chasing you, say he want to sleep with you. Come and learn how you can deal with him. Okay, so over to you, Adeshola. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Minta, and thanks to everyone for staying tuned. I am very sure that you have gained a lot, and all thanks to Minta for this wonderful event. It has been awesome since the beginning yesterday and up to this moment, and trust me, tonight is going to be more awesome. So please stay tuned. Like she rightly said, stay tuned, don't go away, keep your writing materials right in front of you as we come back later to give you the last episode of this. Thank you so much.
Would you like to be a TEDx speaker or organizer in 2021? Pay attention to what you stand to gain. It's time you stopped playing the local game. It's time you go global. Start leveraging on international platforms. When you speak on international platforms, especially the TEDx stage, you become the go-to expert with more leads, more sales, more credibility, more exposure, more influence, and of course, more money. But it's not just about money and fame. TEDx is about being on stage, connecting with people in a real way, sharing new ideas, and making the world a better place. TEDx gives your brand more exposure and more visibility, and you can get seen, get paid, and get heard. Introducing OpenX, the organizer TEDx Benjavel or Mababirin Adeola Oshidekon, an international speaker with over 5 years experience in public speaking, is ready to hold you by the hand and take you through the journey. In this program, you will learn how to become a TEDx speaker, how to apply and become a TEDx organizer, how to get more international speaking invitations, how to organize international events and source for speakers and sponsorships. Webinar fee costs only 9,999 naira. See the testimonials from cohort 1 and hurry now to register as registration is open for cohort 2 at bit.ly/OpenX webinar. Registration closes April 30th, 2021. Please note that you can take the webinar at your convenient time.